That hard point. We've got the Falters getting onto the hill first with a big 3 kills for them to be able to start locking this down here, Teach.
Already showing the dominance in this one, and a staggering start here for Chicago. We'll see how they bounce back. They got finding one, but the kills continuing to go to the way of Toronto as it's another 4 down. And this is a dream start if you are Toronto in this series. We'll see how Chicago responds here. Trying to get some kills at this point, which is hard enough, but also trying to flip the spawns for new. It is going to be Toronto still spawning on the preferred side for P2. Chicago looking to get the rest of the scrap side. Akon is going to find one, and that's going to be 2 down. Maybe a chance for Chicago to quickly move over to new. Got to deal with player number 7 in perfect, and they're going to do just that. So now Chicago back in the hill.
I think Nav maybe just got jump scared a little bit there when that contest popped up on the new time. But his team is doing a good job of kind of fighting around the hill, getting some of these trades, but Ghost over the top and perfect. They're going to make it a little mixy there for a second. So far, so good for the Hunted. They find themselves tying up the game here on P2. So it's like all the woes of that P1 are erased here, and now you can get comfortable on the map.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary start. They went like 4 down twice in a row. It's like, oh boy, what kind of series do we have on our hands? And Toronto, you're seeing that slaying power on display, as they are getting a lot of squad wipes and being able to control a lot of the map. But some unfortunate spawns for Toronto come in for the Hunted, and they are going to be able to set up here at new. Game basically tied going into this P3. Look at all the pressure from Toronto, though. Akon finding one. It's going to be a second for Chicago as well, so they're dealing with this well. But as I say that, 2 go in the feed for Toronto, so fighting for this P3 time.
And still alive is Jim's World over in that blue side, and as I say, he gets picked up. So the pressure relieved from the Brack side for the Chicago Hunted, but now they've got to try to break back into the hill through front. Great nade from Sholo there to open it up, and they're going to be able to maybe get into that hill for a second. But as I say it, perfect. Going to lock down that last player, and now you got the Falters in the time once again. A big 20 seconds left on this hill, and it's looking like they're going to keep it.
Good thing for Chicago, though. They do have those spawns for new. So scrap time potentially here going for Toronto. It is going to be Chicago kind of fighting this. I don't know about that play from Nav. He's going to push up the map. This is going to allow Toronto to push this. These players from Chicago are going to spawn back P5. So mental mistake there for the side of Chicago Hunted. We'll see how they respond to this adversity. Is a little bit of a misstep there.
And they've got a full setup of Falters to get through, but Nav and Akon able to find 2 big opening kills here. Jim's World gets picked up as well, so now the Chicago Hunted with numbers around the hill. They just got to find this one player. They're able to get rid of him, start working the trades. No big 2 pieces for the side of the Falters to bail them out, and the Chicago Hunted are going to start collecting a little bit of time.
It's a good break from them and a good bounce back after a little bit of a misstep from them, but they will continue to collect this time as another lead change early in this one. Toronto Falters now going to try to potentially contest old here, but you got to worry about new. You already got player number 8 and Ghost setting up for that, and now they will just back up as players go down. But similar to that last hill, this is going to allow Chicago to fly forward. You have player number 6 and Anarchy spawning behind, so a good situation for Chicago, but also not really able to find the kills right now, and Toronto stabilize.
Toronto can do so much damage here in this position. This hill can be a money hill if you hold it right, and they're doing it right so far. They just got to try to pick up these kills on the front of the hill. You have a couple of the Hunted able to get up over the top. Nav's going to find one. A little mixy as Akon's able to get another one as well. But you got Ghost here to try and lock it down. Some great wall bangs. Gonna do tons of damage, and he gets the team kill there. And now the rest of the Hunted able to pour over through that plain side. This could get very mixy here for the Falters with the Hunted breaks in through the front.
Anarchy finding 2 will be able to stabilize the hill for Toronto as they get back in. Now Nav just shouting for old time. He's going to get taken down. 10 seconds left on the P5. Chicago finally break in and get that 3 down. And going to try to spread themselves across the map. We'll see if they're able to read these spawns. Player number 3 looking like he's going to do that in Sholo. But Toronto on this opening time. The kills, though, going the way of Chicago, so they should be able to finish this time, which they do. And it's been a mixy scar so far. It's been, honestly, a great matchup so far. Hopefully this continues as we go through. Now Chicago back on the P1 time, but it feels like every time one team gets a second of time, it's an instant break the other way.
Yeah, it's just been so hard to hold any meaningful time here, and Ghost taking a Veti route over towards that plane, trying to make sure they got spawns, but they do not read the 3 and 4 spawned out. They are able to make quick work of those players. So now forcing the Chicago Hunted into the deep, but the split spawns do come in once again, and that's actually going to allow the Hunted to get this last little 10 seconds or so, and maybe even a rotation towards this P2 side. You see Sholo starting to get into a rat spot under this hotel, able to find one before he's traded out, and now maybe just a little bit of time bought for the side of the Hunted. They're going to have to try and work big to break into this P2.
Yeah, Toronto now with the chance to potentially try to pull away, but it's an instant break from Chicago. And now they'll have the time, get those nades out, weaken these players as they try to come in the hill. Toronto actually kind of forcing everybody through the pinch. I like this play call here. Gemworlds finds one. Looking for more. It's a nice kill by Anarchy before he gets taken down. The kill still going the way of Chicago for the moment, but perfect. Finding two. The break is in. Toronto get back on the time.
What an unfortunate time to throw your trophy there if you're Akon. It's going to allow him to get right back into that hill, and now the Falters is just unshaken on this little bit of P2 here, and going over to that P3 side, they find another kill in the middle of the map here, and it's going to be a big square up around P1, and Falters are finding all the important kills on the map, and they're going to be able to push out these spawns towards this plain side. So they're already set up here. We got the Chicago Hunted now walking into the pre-aims of Ghost, and he is shutting them down.
He is able to push up here, which he's not, because those players still spawn back blue. There's a chance for a flip as well, but you still like the position right now. If you're Toronto, you have that top flank control. These players are just filtering into you, and once you get a couple down here, these players are going to spawn behind you to see if they are going to read this. Gems War does get taken down from time, so Chicago, you save a little bit of time there, but Toronto is starting to pull away. Chicago need a big bounce back.
Could be the moment here for Chicago. They got at least another 15 seconds on that hard point to chop away at that lead that the Falters have been able to stack up on you. But it's up to Jim's World now to maybe try to take the hopes away from the Hunted here. He's got a really great position on back blue. Just trying to hunt. Maybe try to get a kill, maybe two. He's going to go ahead and step into the time. He's going to make it really weird here. Face smashes that guy. He's going to toss his nades out. He's got his teammates all around him, finding kills. The Toronto Falters break in easy peasy on this blue hill, and this could spell big trouble for the Hunted.
Absolutely need a break here. Cannot give up a full 60. Anarchy from the top rope with the kill on White Wall. And it's all falling apart here on map 1 for Chicago Hunted. Anarchy still continuing to rain shots across the map, but the first 30 seconds have gone the way of Toronto, and it looks like they're going to continue to get these kills and collect the time. You got one more player to deal with, and Perfect finding that kill as well. They're spawning in the back. Everything going the way of Toronto.
I mean, it's just so hard for the Hunted right now when these guys are just finding these giant kills like that. You got Anarchy absolutely turning and burning. He's 30 and 27 right now. You got Perfect, 33 and 20, by the way, just leading his team to victory here. They're set up for new already, starting to collect some of this early time, and they are well over 200 points. So the Chicago Hunted need a hero right now.
Going to get taken down. So finally, for a second, if you're Chicago, you have stabilization, and you're finding the kills. You know the back is cleared out as well. Now looking for this next set of players, but this is exactly what you needed if you were Chicago, to try to find yourself back into this map. But it only takes a set of killers from Toronto, which it looks like they're starting to find, and now the break is going to come in. Cookie J does find one, going to try to stay up with the pinch coming in. Shots raining out, and he's going to get potentially taken down. The help is in. Chicago get the rest of this time, and this one's not over.
Not over yet. Chicago hanging around. not getting off the map that easy. And now Cookie J gonna try to just lead the charge towards that P1 position. They gotta read these spawns. They gotta read them correctly here, and you can see the play call from the Falters. They're looking to flank this hill out already, but Jim's World is gonna get picked up. That's Nav with a big two-piece on the outside. Anarchy finds Akon in the middle of the map, but Chicago are getting so much time here, Teej. They could tie this up.
They absolutely could. It looked like Toronto, off the back of that Grandma Hill, were just gonna run away with this, but it's gonna be Chicago with other plans as a lead change is imminent. They also have already pressure for new and all these players spawning that back 18 side. So Toronto finally found this kill. Did they try to contest over? Did they try to go new? They are going to try to get some of this old-time big fights on new, and Gems World finds a big 2. Akon coming in for 1, looking for the second, and finds that as well. Chicago Hunted have a slight lead, but this is going to be a bang out here on P2.
Oh, these trades are so important here for this initial time. Perfect is going to be able to step in first. Akon and Nav now trying to break in here, and Nav with the perfect shot is going to beam that guy out, and that is the Chicago Hunted with a 4 dead in through the front. Lead change again, and now we are in sweat time, folks. There, he had to play absolutely perfect here, and the shots from Cookie J were almost that, and the damage is being dealt on both sides. The Falters trying to break in, but Akon, just the itch you can't scratch. He's everywhere on the map, finding these kills. Sholo with the big trade. It's 245, 246. The Chicago Hunter are looking to close the map here, and they get it done. On map 1, Chicago Hunted. From the brink of death, they come back.
That I didn't expect that. I gotta say, like, I thought that was over. I really did after that P3 hill, or excuse me, P4 hill.
It's tingling. Then I think you might be right here, and I mean that's Ghost with a clean dive into the pool. I'd give that a 10. He's gonna swim it right up to that bomb, and I thought he was just gonna go ahead and lay that down, but maybe got a bad timing there as Sholo able to get through and find a big kill for the opener. But Jim's World firing back with a kill of his own, and now the trade's firing out. It's just Ghost left in a 1v2 now.
That's that bomb, and oh my goodness, had a chance there as it was the sniper that he was isolated on, but the pistol comes out, and a big kill as the comms coming in. Nav just getting that pistol out in time and raining those shots. It's a nice kill there. And yeah, I mean, look, it was the side of Toronto that got over to that side, and there wasn't a lot of pressure, but that hit through mid. One player kind of snuck through and was able to cause a little bit of chaos. Chicago take that round number 1 as they will now try their hand at the offensive side. It's going to be interesting. I think this map, especially with A, like, of course, we've been playing this for so long, but the pros this year have really been like, yeah, give up A for free, we'll retake that, and, you know, try to spread your resources elsewhere. But right now, it's all B, and this is going to be a free plant here for Chicago, but Toronto is reading this.
To quickly react to this here, you do have number 4 in the back spawn, but he's going to get hit markered by Nav. Doesn't quite pick up that flanker. Sholo's good for the trade, though. Sholo's good for 2. That's going to put Anarchy in the 1v everybody, and he's going to get taken down. Chicago Hunted going up 2-0 early in the map.
Yeah, I don't want to be, you know, speculating what Toronto's thinking right now, but like after the season that they had and the way map number 1 went, and then you kind of just got smoked on the first 2 rounds in this, I think you gotta take a breath here. There might be a little panic that's setting in, but still plenty of time to turn this around. We've seen first match of the night, team went down 2-0, and then 6 straight rounds the other way for Atlanta. So it's going to be an A hit here for the side of Toronto, and it is a bang out. All 4 players on each side just absolutely going at this. Gemsword find one before he's traded out, and now we'll just continue to ring out these shots as another player going down. Nav getting taken out. It's going to be a 1v3 now for Cookie J. They know his position. He is able to find one, though. The wallbang's coming in. He's trying to stay alive as long as he can, just dancing around the back. Meanwhile, though, that bomb is going down.
That nade actually caught him a little bit on the way out. It would have been so unfortunate. Anarchy going to be able to finish the job, though. The Toronto Falters win the ego chow at that A bomb site. I mean, what a bang out from just both of these teams here. I think they just kind of felt the vibes of the map and they said, all right, for A.
Yeah. And like, it's funny because if we're not seeing retakes at A, it's like we're 4 hitting A on defense, and that was a perfect round where it just worked out, where it was just an absolute bang out. Toronto needed that one, get themselves on the board, feeling a little bit more confident, and now it is going to be Chicago trying their luck at the A side. Not as much pressure here from Toronto. It's actually going to be Nav getting the snipe as well. This is going to allow Bomb to go down. Nav with the boomstick has found a couple big kills already, so that's something to monitor as we go forward. Now with the pistol, does get taken down. 3v3 situation. The rewrap here from Chicago going through mid, and it's going to be good. Akon finds one. Looking for more. Will find that kill. No, will not find that kill as he's taken down, and then the second kill will go as well. Now a 1v2 situation. Cookie J left alive. Trying to just play his life. I'm not sure where Bomb is planted for here. But he's confident he can see it from here, and he actually might have an angle. This might work out. I don't know what the timing is. The defuse now coming in. Does he get the timing? He does. The kill coming in. He's going to get the clutch for Chicago Hunted. There is not enough time left unless we have a challenger situation again. Ooh. We do not. What a win there from Chicago.
That ended up a little closer than I thought it was going to be on that defuse, but what a good play there to just kind of wrap it out. You know, find yourself that free one on the planter there, and I don't know if it was planted for him originally whenever he went to the P5 area, you know, in rocks. So I think that's why we saw him go ahead and do the full rotate, and good thing he did, because I think that first attempt at defusing was what, like 75% on the done by the time he got the kill. So a little close, but you find a round, and now you're 3-1.
Move around there, and Toronto going to try their hand at the B side once again, but it's Nav again with the sniper finding that opening kill. Anarchy has to get away. He's getting run down, somehow still alive, needs help, and is actually going to be able to get out with his life. And now a pinch potentially coming in here for Toronto. That is a great play as Anarchy. I think it's Anarchy. We have the good old Codcaster bug screwing us up, but that is a great play, and Toronto now are in the driver's seat. 1v3 situation. Bomb down. Another hit marker. Nav has 4 kills, and he should have like 6. A couple hit markers in this one. 28 seconds, though. Looking pretty impossible, but hits a shot through mid. Looking for more. This is some top-tier sniping right here, but still should be around Toronto. Can wrap up. Just gotta check this. Nav does get taken down. Toronto. Respond. It's 3-2.
And Toronto, what's the discipline there? Not to troll the 1v3 situation. I believe it's actually a 1v4. Nav bringing it down to a 1v2 before he was taken out. That's what you like to see here. You just got to see some discipline, search and destroy. You know, not giving teams rounds that they shouldn't win. And just keeping your team alive here. It's like we were saying, this search and destroy is oh so important now for the Falters if they want to keep this season alive.
And as I said, I don't know if it was Anarchy because, again, the glitch, but whoever it was, being able to stay alive and then able to get those 2 kills was absolutely humongous. Akon going to go right through mid and find one, looking for more, and gets it as well. I thought he might have bit off more than he can chew with that chow, but he gets it, and now a 1v4 for Ghost. Finding one, but gonna get taken down. And Chicago, I mean, they have a great bounce back ability, I gotta say. I mean, we seen it in that map 1 where they were down and didn't phase them, and in this one, you know, Toronto wins around and they come back and just smoke them in the next.
Never phased, bouncing back immediately. Not letting the back go too far against the wall here. It's now Chicago Hunted find themselves in a very good position. Akon on a little bit of a 3 streak here. Guy is so explosive. Whenever you need a crazy kill, just call out Akon and he can maybe find it for you. And it's looking like the play call from Toronto is to just get right into A, and oh my, Nav giving out haircuts.
Oh, no, he's not. He's going to give Toronto the advantage. Jay evening up the numbers before he gets another one as well. And now it's a 1v3 for Perfect. And he's spotted. My goodness, Toronto are getting blindsided by the Chicago team. And Chicago is on map point in the S&D.
Chicago Hunted coming out with a vengeance here. This is the dog off the leash, Akon, getting into art there. Able to find Perfect, and Perfect has had a really good series so far. He started off this search and destroy hot. Now it's just kind of evening out a little bit. The Toronto Falters on defense to get the match point. And I'd like to see what the Chicago Hunted do here. Do you think they just ego challenge Teej?
I mean, it looks like they're going to.
It's looking like it.
And if you're Toronto, it's like, man, what do we have to do right now to win a round? The pressure, though, from Chicago, they're able to push up Ring and Akon once again, finding the first kill. Toronto in a bad spot. They have all these players mid as well. Cookie J looking for the help and gets it. Nav with a snipe. 2v3, making it a 1v3. Perfect. Last alive does find one. Looking for a second, finds that as well. Last player on bomb, and he's going to stick it. That is a ballsy play from Cookie J, but now 1v1. Perfect. Looking for the kill. Outer, he sees him. Shots raining in, and he's taken down. Chicago Hunted win map number 2.
I mean, you got to tip the chow there from Perfect to try and win the 1v3 match on the line, but he just doesn't get the shots. Cookie J icing up for his team.
Bounce back. Can they do it? After a rough start in this series, Perfect gonna find the opening kill here as we are underway in the overload.
The Toronto Falters gotta be Perfect here. Perfect gets taken down, and the Chicago Hunted looking to attack this EMP here now in the middle of the map. Gunfights ringing out towards that plain side, and that's going to be the Falters getting a little bit of map position, at least over there. For the time being, it's just gunfights all over the map. Teams just kind of posturing. Nobody getting too much control anywhere in any serious way. But with this flank from Akon, this could open the map wide. And now he's going to try to push through.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was he found those 2 kills, but his teammates were dead and not really able to do anything with that. As we're still fighting to even just pick up this device, as a minute has already passed in this one, and it has just been a trade fest, a pinstripe kill feed. You do have 2 players for Chicago that are pushed up near this 18th. Maybe their chance. Anarchy trying to fight back, but he's going to get taken down. That is a quick score for the side of Chicago.
I mean, that was just like a minute and a half of TDM right there. And then all of a sudden, Chicago Hunted just go ahead and just punch it in, put one on the board. Akon getting Mixie 8-3 already. And it's going to be plays like that from players like this that going to keep them alive in this series. Oh my God, he's just playing so perfect, just snapping onto these players. The device does get stopped over towards that plain side. Akon gonna turn. You can never count him out of those gunfights, Teej. I thought he was gonna snap on him.
I had a little bit of a misstep there from Chicago. Yeah, you just had to grab the device and move up, but Toronto able to find a couple kills through mid-cut, and now they have control of this device. Ghost, though, the only player on this side of the map, and now the only player left up as well, but he finds 2 with a pistol. Gonna get taken down, though. Chance for a big play there, but shut down from Chicago as now Nav has his say, finding 2 in mid. It's gonna be the kills again going back and forth, but now Chicago with this device. 1 player over here to neutralize. You don't kill him as Anarchy. I know he's stunned and has a pistol, but that is a nice little turn on there. And now Toronto back in control.
Let's go. They find another kill in the middle of the map here. Toronto just keeping the pace down, trying to get towards that A bomb site. Jims needs to go big, but Nav is going to find 3, and they still get the score. Toronto Falters punching it in. when it seemed like all hope was lost on that push. I don't even know how they did that there. We're gonna have to go back into the VR and maybe see what's going on with that play. How did he get there?
1-1 now, a big response. And now if you are Toronto, you're able to try to push up and get some kills. That shut down quickly, though. Is his device spawning over toward the motel? Got all these Toronto players kind of face smashing this from the front. Are they going to be able to pick up this pinch? Is the question. Akon finding one, looking for more, and they're not even turning around here. And Akon should have got that kill, but perfect with a nice kill there. Going to stabilize. But again, we're kind of in a team deathmatch situation. Find these kills before you can get to the device. Thought there was a chance there for Toronto. And now they will grab a Ghost, though. Can he get through? He will. The kill's going their way. Toronto back on the board. They now take the lead.
With that device spawning in mid, Toronto actually have a really good chance of being able to chain this together here. You see the overextension from those two Chicago players. It's leaving the mid map wide open. The respawns are in, though. You've got Jim's World in a powerful position, Ghost as well, but they both get taken down. And now they're going to have to try and just work back towards this middle of the map here. Maybe had a chance to relay, but back to the drawing board. A minute left on this first round here, and now Nav and the crew are just trying to hold this down. Nobody's really grabbing that EMP, and as I say it, Chicago Hunt is starting to push it up the map. He does get stopped on the 10-yard line, just not able to get it there. And now Toronto have a chance to fight from their base, but there's two players here. They're going to find those kills. And Anarchy actually grabs the bomb and leaves with it, and he's staying alive. He's running for his life here. One player to beat. They're going to find him. Anarchy makes the play to at least keep the cap from going to your side. But 14 seconds left here, and Sholo is getting the big kills. And now the Falters are going to be able to stabilize here. A little bit of overtime if they can stay alive. They got one more push.
They do have one more push. I don't think they realized that they were spawning deep B. So you have 2v2 over here. Perfect finding one for the ice in a second. You do, but the device carrier dies. So an eventful first round in the overload. Toronto, I mean, nice bounce back for them because, again, the quick score after that TDM we had to start for Chicago, but they got through. And this play by Nav, I think you're sick if you're Nav that you don't score as a team on this play, because he got 5 in a row, a couple absolutely gross shots out of him, but his teammates unfortunately get taken down on the cross and they're not able to score. So Toronto doing what they need to do so far to push us to a map 4, 2-1 in this one, and now we flip sides. And it's been a good start on the slaying side for Toronto as well. You got Gems World at 20 and 14. Doing the work there. We'll see how this round plays out. PJ with that opening nade on the truck, and they're going to find a second one as well. And already looking to run forward is exactly what they're going to do. Try to pick up this device and move, but I think the numbers are going to be in Toronto's favor. Maybe not, but Anarchy with a big stop and goal.
He really needed to kill that first player there. Getting the kill on the pistol's easy enough, but that was almost an easy score there for the Hunted. And now Falters is going to try to move it up the middle of the map here. Anarchy left alone on an island out in the enemy's base. He's going to get taken down, but Ghost in the meantime has the overload, and he just moves it right into the position. He gets the score. Toronto Falters going up 3-1 off of a big misplay from the Chicago Hunted.
They got more space. I mean, they could score again if they really want to be perfect. Going to pick up the pinch. He finds that kill. Now looking for one player near the device, which they get that kill as well. Now it's just going to be a race over time. Khan finding the one and looking for a second. He couldn't pick up the device. I think he missed it by accident, and that's going to prevent the score. Chicago have a lifeline.
Oh, Chicago don't know how lucky they are there, because he definitely would have scored that if he had it in his hand. And now Sholo going to try to lead the charge off of a little slow start here. He's going to find a big opening kill onto this site, but they are not moving that device at all. It's going to be up to Cookie to maybe try and pick that up. They have all the positioning here towards blue, but that first kill is going to be a dagger for this push, and Cookie gets stopped on the 2-yard line. Not able to get it in. Falters with a huge defense going to start pushing that ball out of their spot.
Yeah, that's deflating. And I realized why they weren't moving up the device, because they were getting that map pressure and forcing spawns, but you would hope one gets over there, but it doesn't matter in the end, because they could not, Toronto could not move it out, and you get the kills and you score anyway. So now 3-2 on the score. Toronto trying to regain some control here, and they'll do just that with 2 in the feed. This will allow Anarchy to pick up the device, and if you're player number 3, you get taken down as well. So gonna be spawns close for B, but you gotta hit these players in the cross, and Anarchy doesn't care. He's just gonna run it through, and that's a score for Toronto. Make it 4-2.
4-2, 2.5 minutes to deal with here. Chicago Hunted has got to try to find a quick score to answer back here, or else this could get away from them as the clock is ticking down. Akon and Nav able to find some big ones with the pistol from Ghost, shutting it down and punching in another score. Toronto Falters looking to make this a little impossible.
They're having that fight back that they needed to extend the series and finally getting some control here. But Akon finding a few, one more player over there in Anarchy. If they can hit this quick, this should be a score here for Chicago, unless a God Nade hits, which one does hit. Gonna weaken them up. There's one player left. They find him, Cookie J. Going back for this device, gonna get in. He does. So 5-3. They stay alive in this one. The device spawning over toward Motel, and now the kill's going the way of Toronto. So you're gonna have to fight back off the back foot here if you are Chicago. But good job at least getting that score to get this one a little bit closer. And now Toronto trying to get themselves back in this play, but it's gonna take one big group push here from Chicago to try to get this one. Goes from the top rope though, is gonna find one. And the kills continuing to go the way of Toronto when Chicago needs these kills.
Toronto comfortable in the chaos, but as I say, if they get cut down, a big 4 dead for the Chicago Hunted. They're going to leave that EMP behind as they try to find some kills off the front. EMP in possession now. It's going to be up to Nav to maybe loosen up this defense. He finds a big 2-piece, getting shot in the back, and Cookie J with a masterful run to punch it in. 4-5. Chicago Hunted have a lifeline.
Ghost with a big kill there, looking for more, and that's a devastating 2-piece there. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock. Toronto is just going to try to run this, honestly, probably toward A as far as they can, but the kills go the way of Chicago, and now with 19 seconds left, you have one good push at this. They're going to try to push through the plane side. They find the kill there. Have to get this next wave of kills. It's a 4v3 situation. They find one, they find two, looking for more show. Getting another one and another kill in the back as well. Looking to move the device up. It's tied 5-5. We're going to an overtime. Chicago, when you think they're dead, they just fight back.
Oh my God, Chicago running it down when they needed to most. What a play. And it's off of kills like this. Sholo just getting the job done in mid, playing timings. Chicago did so well there, just reading the map, and once they got that kill playing, they just went, okay, go button, go. That was the last guy. We killed the other 3 off respawn. We got to go, and they get it done, Teach. I cannot believe it.
I feel like if you're Toronto, you're like, what the hell is happening right now? Like, this is insane. Like, they can't keep getting away with this, but they are. The comeback on the hard point, and now the comeback in this overload when it looked impossible as we head to an overtime in this overload. Nav gonna get taken down to start, so Toronto should have some control of this device around time. Gotta be careful you don't get quick cap here. But it's actually going to be kills going the other way, going to slow things down. So both teams still fighting for this device control over at P1. The kill feed is very purple right now. Maybe this is their opportunity. Got to find that last kill in the back. They do it. A quick score for Toronto. And they just made this job very hard for Chicago Hunted, but they have seen worse.
And what a play there from... I believe it was Anarchy and Ghost to combine for that cap there. Ghost is loosening up that defense. Yep, there he is. Able to put giant shots onto Akon, get him nice and weak for the pistol. This is the one defender that mattered. They got the team shots in. And what was that? That was like 30 seconds of a cap.
33.
I mean,
Yep.
that's 33. That's so fast.
That's going to be tough to beat. I will say it only takes a very quick 4 down here. But if you're Toronto, you're smarter than that. You know that you just basically have to play for info, be annoying, play your life, because they need to move this up as quick as they can. They get 1 kill, but you see, I mean, they're playing in the back. They're letting them run at them, and the kill is going the way of Nav right now. Looking for more, but Cookie J gonna get taken down. Only 14 seconds remaining. Got to go back for this device. He's gonna get taken down though. Show is the last one up. Needs to go huge.
Gotta pick it up.
It's not gonna happen. I don't think they get the device, but just running at it at this time. Toronto has the numbers. Toronto will survive, and we're going to map number 4.
Toronto.
Here we go. Map number 4 on Colossus. Getting into this one with a big kill from. Here we go again with the messed up names, I believe. Ghost finding a kill with the nade. And we are into this one. Toronto trying to pull this series back. Had a nice win in that overload. And now starting off well here is going to be Chicago spawning on those P2 side. But we are going to see the pressure here from Toronto to try to flip these spawns. And they do just that.
Toronto got a breath of fresh air here on this map, keeping the series alive, but it is already a bang out on this Colossus. We knew it was going to be one. Akon just being such a hard kill here, trying to give his team time to push out these back spawns, and Falters just not giving it up. They know how important the spawns for P2 are, and they've secured that so far. But these next few waves of kills are going to be everything, and that kill from Akon is going to make it a little difficult here.
He does get traded out though.
Always
Cookie J on that long flinch. He's gonna get spotted, but he get reinforcements and help him find this kill in the back. The stun hits, but it doesn't matter. He's taken down. Toronto will retain the spawns and continuing to kill. And this is where Chicago now kind of has to take a breath as they do just that by getting 3 in the feed. A little bit of a barrel helping them out. Gemsworth trying to just back up as much as he can. It's not going to matter. His team spawned out. A pinch, though, going to come in. He actually drew the attention of those players, which is going to give his teammates on time some help here, but it's going to be Chicago hunted, gaining the rest of that scrap time. As we head over to new, Chicago going to get killed off that old, so it's going to be a slight lead for Toronto going into P3.
Looking a little slow here for Cookie J off the break. 1 and 6. He's had such a dominant performance in that overload, just able to keep his team close in there. I believe he had 3, maybe 4 scores by the end of it. So maybe look to see this key player here kind of try to turn it up a little bit. It's going to be the opener for his team, and the trades come through. The Chicago hunted with a pretty clean break here, continuing to find those kills. And now they're going to have a little bit of time for themselves and maybe even a lead change off this P3.
Toronto, what avenue do we decide to attack? Because we are spawning literally everywhere. But now a pinch is going to be able to come in. It's going to be hard to deal with if you're Chicago. Nav just trying to fight for his life. It's going to get taken down. Toronto, though, looking to push through as well. You're going to have players for Chicago spawning behind you. So they are reading this well. Player number 7 on Akon. He's had so many clutch plays for them. Needs to find a kill here. He's going to hear that trophy going down, and Perfect does take him out. But not many reinforcements right now on this P4 side. Got to be careful. The kills, though, all old going the way of Toronto. The reinforcements are in. Toronto locking down this P4 early. Chicago, though, trying to get back in. Perfect with a nice kill there. Looking for more. Does get taken down. Chicago keeping it mixy.
Chicago just the itch you can't scratch all series long. Staying so close into this game. Jameswold and Ghost combined for 3, but Nav with a big 2-piece to get him back in. It's going to be Ghost now trying to stay alive in the hill, and it's going to be a little too much for the Falters as now Chicago hunted have the spawns. They're going to lock down this last 20 seconds or so, and off the first rotations here, it is about as close as we thought it was going to be, Tej. I mean, I don't really see either team having too much of an edge here.
Toronto now responding with 4 of their own. Also,
spawning
these players to yellow. This is a great play as they're backing up. They want these spawns for new, but now you got to reinforce hill, and it's going to be 2 early kills for Chicago. So if you're Toronto, you secure the spawns for new early, but you get broken right away. Anarchy going to get taken down as well, and the flip already in. If you are Toronto, though, you do get some kills around hill and a team kill coming in as well. So you will be able to collect some of this, more of this P1 time. As I mean, as you said, it's a close game. It's Colossus to bang out right now. It's back and forth, much like you've seen in our first match tonight. As Chicago break right back in. Nobody can hold a hill right now.
No, this P1 is just it's just a trade fest. I mean, it's like you can't even really call what's happening because it's just so fast. Jim's World and Ghost once again finding a big three-piece that's going to allow those purple arrows to push up on the map. They do find that kill in the back spawn as well. Now the Toronto Falters have this P2 time for a moment, but player number 5 sneaking through the back could make this a little weird here if the Chicago Hunted have enough teammates to even support this. They're just getting killed all over.
Gotta account for Nav, and he's gonna be able to find one in the back, and he's gonna try to get a loss, but he's taken down. This is bought his team time though to move up through the front, and they're gonna get that kill to the front. Now reinforcements need to come in for Chicago. Toronto need to fly at this hill, but they're actually taking some breaths to get here. Gems Ward finds one, does get taken out though. Toronto on this time. Akon looking for one, does get it, but Toronto back on the time, looking to extend this lead further.
They've done such a good job of just not giving up these spawns here, staying close to the hill and just letting the trades just work themselves out. Now the Falters looking to get this last 10 seconds or so on the rotation as well. You can see all the Chicago Hunted up towards the top side of the mini-map. They're trying to play close around this hill, not letting the Falters get anywhere too greasy, but that number 4 player in Ghost got a forward position but got absolutely burned by Akon, and now the Chicago Hunted have a chance to get some early time here.
Watch this pinch though from player number 3 as Toronto pinching this hill well. Ghost finding 2, looking for more. Gonna get taken down and right back in the hill. If you're Chicago, finding 3 of their own. So one, I mean, it's how this map has gone, man. It's been just insta break after insta break, over and over again. And Chicago will look to get this map close to tie again. Akon finding 1, looking for more, but Gems World finds 2 of his own, and now Toronto will look to get the rest of this scrap.
And this scrap is going to be helpful here. Just keeps continuing out that lead. Not allowing the Chicago Hunted to get too comfortable in this hard point at all. So now they're fighting from the back down position here. Ghost, oh, got a really unfortunate timing there. Cookie J in through the back with a 2-piece. That's going to pop that hill wide open. Allow his team to move forward, and Cookie's finding another one. They know they have one more player to deal with back here. Jim's World gonna get ran down by the Hunted, but able to find a kill. Caught in a reload, but Jim's World buying so much time, pulling so much attention that the Toronto Falters are in through the front, and now the Hunted back in a terrible position on this hard point. They have to find these kills here.
They finally get some stabilization and spawns toward the back. It's funny, I was going to say after Cookie J got those kills in the back, I was like, remember that play. If Chicago comes back and then Gems Ward on the other side pops a 2 of his own and makes a big play. But Chicago, I mean, that was big. That was big that they at least got back in that time a little bit. It's going to be about a 20-point game heading back into P1. That could have gotten ugly there if they didn't have that break. So big plays for them, and now looking to find these kills over toward New. Nav trying to get lost and does just that, but Toronto is getting the time. They will spawn that back blue crate, but we'll see what happens. Now Pinch also potentially getting as well, but Gems Ward at 36 and 21 is just running it down.
No, this is Jim's World right now. Colossus is the kid's map. Do not shall him. He is hot. Looking for a 40-piece here. But Chicago Hunted are winning a lot of these kills around P1, and they're stacking a lot of this time here, and this is not good for the Falters. B1, you have to keep it nice and mixy. You don't want to let them get any sort of advantage here, especially when you had such a good lead going into this, but you just cannot stabilize around this hill.
This feels like this could be like a 70 engagement game per person. Like, it's just, we are just flying at each other. And, I mean, look, for the side of Toronto, Anarchy and Perfect struggling, but it's just Gems World and Ghost that are doing everything right now in terms of slaying, but it's just, again, it's just back and forth. The breaks over and over and over again. Chicago get back in, lead change. What a map 4 we have.
Yeah, we've seen this story before. The Chicago Hunted coming in at the end here, looking real good. They have to try to find these hills through the front. Nobody's watching it. The Toronto Falters with an easy 3 dead. Nav to deal with around the hill. Anarchy's going to put him 1 shot. Not able to find it just yet, though. And the rest of the Hunted now trying to get around this hill for a re-break. They are going to get in. That's a 3 dead. They're looking for more off the front of the hill. The spawns flip, and Chicago's still in the driver's seat on this map.
Now we go over to a P3. Chicago Hunted only about 20 seconds from advancing to the finals with a date with the New York subpar. It's going to be Toronto early on this hill. The trades go back and forth, and now Chicago get in. Where the spawn's going to be for Toronto. Gemsworth doing his best to keep them in it. And now Perfect able to get on this time. Chicago Hunted spawning that back, Godheady, and the kills again. It's just insta-break after insta-break. But Ghost responds with 2 of his own, trying to shut that down. Trophy goes down on time. That'll be a big help. Gemsworth now with 44, continuing to look some more as Toronto now continuing to battle. It's Chicago Hunted action through the front here, looking for these kills, but they're not able to get it. That's going to be 2 down, 3 down, and now you got to push if you're Toronto for new, but you're doing just that, and Chicago's going to spawn out. Toronto has a chance here as it's 46
they
from
left them 10
Gemsworld.
seconds.
They less than 10 seconds,
They
but they're
didn't
not
take
taking it. They're running. They're just going for these kills in yellow. It's 1 player left. It's 1 player in the back. It's Anarchy. He finds the kill, though. And now it's going to be Toronto getting on this time. It's 2:33, 2:33. You got to find these kills in the back. Nav just trying to play his timing. They get the kill in the back. Looking for more in time. The nade's coming through. Pin shred tilted, and it's going to be Gemsworld coming out. Akon on time. Looking for the kill. He gets it on Gemsworld. Now it's Chicago in time, but it's going to be a quick hit from the front. Perfect finding 2 before he gets taken down. And it's just back and forth. Nav with 2. Nav with 3. Chicago Hunted, you got to get that time. Nav moving up. Nav moving up to statue in Toronto. You got to go. Just 8 seconds away. Akon cannot get the kill on the Ghost. The break will be in. The contest is in. Cookie J with a big kill in time. Gemsworth gets in. It's taken down. It's going to be Chicago Hunted. Now Toronto comes out on top. And now they have a chance to win it here. It's not over. It is not over. You got to get in. Nav finds 2 before he's taking down Cookie J. This is mayhem. I don't think they can win it here. They can't. It's going to go to a P1. It's going to a P1. They're sprinting over there. 246, 248. Anarchy gets taken down. Chicago Hunted in, but it's Gemsworth with 2. Gemsworth with 2.
They win.
And Toronto win.
Short range.
Long range. It doesn't matter.
A map.
What was that finish? Toronto Falters put it all on the line for the hill that would not end. And they get the W, 250 to 248. What a finish from the side.
First. We won't be seeing much Scar S&D moving forward. This may be one of the last times we're going to see it, so we'll see how this plays out. Nav leaving where he left off in the first Search and Destroy, though, with the boomstick making a big impact.
Splitting wigs. Akon following up, doing what he does best. Just challenging the shit. And now the Chicago Hunted in the up position here. Gonna find those players. Sholo just ringing down some hip fires. Now it's just Ghost in a 1v3. Sholo spots him, takes him out. And that's Chicago Hunted getting on the board.
Good round for them. And I think we didn't talk about that in the lead up to this map number 5 is that Nav has been so good with the sniper. Like, he is going to be an X factor on this map. And how does Toronto counter that? Because they didn't really have a counter in that map number 2 on Rage for him. Starting off there with, like, a nice snipe on that plain heady, and we'll see what he is able to do here. Chicago Hunted, though, a nice start to the Search and Destroy, because now they're going to take it over toward A. And it's going to be a hit over towards Store and really the site for Toronto, but they're playing this very slow. Don't want to give anything up right now. Don't want to be the first player to go down, but both teams playing very passive.
I actually really like that tech that Nav's doing right there by pulling the sniper out early in the round, but then switching to the AR. Anarchy, finding a big first blood. Now it's going to be Sholo trying to just follow him up with a 2-piece, not able to get it done. Now a 2v3 situation for the Hunted. And the Falters are just stacked all around this A site. The bomb's going to get planted. You got to think that they're just going to kill that planter right away. Actually, nope, he gets away. But Jim's World is able to find Nav, but it's an Akon 1v3.
All right, Jim's World gets it in the end. I was like, all right, he's going to check it. He's going to check it. He's going to get this kill, and never did. But he was worried about the player up top, which he ends up getting. Gets the kill on to Akon anyway, and Toronto tie it up. The offense is not having too much success early here. A little bit expected, but when is I'm almost like after the last map, I'm like, all right, when is Gems World just got 2 there? When is he gonna just absolutely take over this map? Is my question. He's been phenomenal in this series. Anarchy though, nice start as well, sitting at 3-1. As we start this one, Nav again with the sniper looking to cause chaos. Toronto back on the offensive side. Can he hit the shot? He does see one, but can't hit it. And now it's going to be a quick hit over toward A if you are Toronto trying to play your numbers. But Show has he has a stop to that as it's going to be 3 down. Last alive is perfect. He should get cornered here any minute looking for these kills and does get taken down once again. Defense winning it. Chicago go up 2-1.
Man, what a chow there from the Chicago Hunted. Just lined them all up. Bacon once again getting dirty on the map. Sholo having a great search and destroy so far as well. 6-1 off the first 3 rounds here. Now on the attacking side, you got the Chicago Hunted. Maybe hoping to break this streak here and be the first ones to win attack. And that's usually the team that's going to win the search and destroy whenever it's just so close like it is.
Waiting for Nav to hit one of those like early sniper peaks too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's coming. Chicago are going to get to the site for free, so they're going to be playing for ridiculous. Toronto can't find the timing. That is a great read there from Nav. 3v2 situation. Those players also split up as well. I don't think he was expecting Anarchy there at all. And now these players will be able to group up and push from the front. So 2v2 situation, 26 seconds on the clock. They're playing this very slow, looking for the kills. Spots Cookie J up top, gonna back him down for 19 seconds. They gotta do something here soon. Nav finds one, looking for the second. Cookie J should have the help coming in. He does, and Chicago Hunted take another round. Nice plays there from Nav all around. I mean, to get that first kill on the Ghost when he looked like he was going to be dead to rights is big, and he's just been making a bunch of huge plays in the third quarter for his team.
Yeah, I don't know how he spotted him. I mean, that had to have been just out of the corner of his eye. Sharingan activated, and he just locked onto Ghost. I mean, Ghost on an 0-4 right now, by the way. And you got to think that might be the edge that Chicago Hunted is working right now to kind of get him up in these rounds.
See if Nav can hit the shot.
A little late this time.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them the option. They're trying to take some aggression here over to the site. It's going to work out as they're taking a 3-2 life advantage and going to be able to get this bomb down if they want to. It's going to be both players from Chicago trying to back this up. Nav getting some shots off. But Toronto's not going to plant this. We'll see if this comes back to bite them. Akon, like, checking the bomb, like, they must be here, right? But now this has allowed Chicago to kind of get in this play. Now the plant comes in. So after about a 20-second delay, they finally get it down. Akon knocking the spot Ghost, who finally gets one. Knows Nav is in the back. Be very careful with this man. Don't give him anything. Whoa. Down to 42 health, and just going to play with his food as Nav has to find 3 and the defuse, and it's not going to happen. Toronto bounce back.
There we go. That's the first attacking round win there for the... sorry, I guess it wasn't. With the Falters responding in a big way. They really needed to win that. 2-3 is so much better than 4-1.
Yeah, it was a big round. That was absolutely needed there. Stops the momentum for Chicago for the time being, but they've looked really good on this attacking side the last couple of rounds. So we'll see if they can try to extend that here. It's going to be a little bit of a split hitting. I mean, it's going to be Nav with the sniper kind of controlling mid, and Toronto is just throwing themselves today, and it works out. 2 in the feed, bomb down. Cookie J responding with 2, looking for more, gets taken out. Nav now left in a 1v2. We'll see if he was able to switch out of that sniper fast enough. He is. So he's got that M15 in hand. What's the timing going to be here? Finds one, looking for the second, but he's behind him, and Toronto Falters even up the search and destroy.
Man, I just couldn't get any closer. It just seems like at any moment when you think a team is going to start walking away with it, not quite yet. Anarchy going to clutch the 2v1 situation there. Those are the types of rounds you cannot give up here in semifinals. That is search and destroy ice to a T. And now they find themselves on the attacking side once again. This would be a huge round to find if the Falters could find it. Just give them that edge and try to complete this reverse sweep, by the way. I mean, oh my lord.
Ooh. Sholo just gets out of his life. There's actually a mid push here from Toronto, and Chicago trying to see how they respond to this. Bomb is in P1. And we'll see what they like to do with this. It's kind of an interesting play here. I don't know if they're waiting to maybe set up a pinch or he was waiting to get that with the timing. I also don't know if he was spotted on the cross as well. As Toronto now trying to get over to this A site. They're going to have some stuns go out. Information granted to the side of Chicago, but they're playing this super duper slow. I think they're scared of a pinch here, but now they're putting themselves in a situation where time could become a factor. Perfect. Gonna get taken down by Cookie J. 2v3 situation.
Chicago playing so well right now. Just giving them nothing. Not letting them get onto that bomb site. Nav going to take out Jim's World. Anarchy left all alone, and he gets picked up as well. Chicago hunted. Not giving up the rounds that they need to win here.
I think Toronto was way too bad. Like,
yeah.
I think obviously it's a high tense match right now, but it was like they kind of hit through mid. It almost looked like they were indecisive off the start, to be honest. Like they looked like they were maybe going to hit over toward B, didn't end up doing that, and kind of allowed Chicago. Chicago didn't overstep. They just stayed where they were and they found the kills. Toronto made it a little bit too easy for them. We'll see how they come back on this defensive side now, as it's going to be a B hit, it looks like, for Chicago, and I think this was read by Ghost. Ghost is trying to get out with his life, which he does there's that, and that's going to allow Anarchy to come in the reinforcement, and now Ghost going to quickly pinch this. Is this going to be red? It is absolutely not. It's a 4v1. Leave it up to Nav, though. 1v3 now. We'll see. Bomb is down. It's on site, and you see all of those purple arrows over toward green. This is going to be a, I would say, very tough retake, but we've seen some very crazy things before.
Yeah, this is a hard one. The positions that Jims is playing back there, literally on the back of the map, he's got all the info in the whole world. He's gonna find that kill. I mean, it's 4-4 now. We're to the nitty gritty, folks. Late round search and destroy.
We're at least going round 10.
Home.
We're at least going round 10, but I gotta say, my pre-made team, I think 3 of our last search and destroys have been round 11s. I had that feeling that we were going there again. I had that feeling, and we are pretty close to that becoming a reality. It's going to be Toronto on the attacking side. Nav, not with the sniper this time, going to try to peek that same spot, but nothing there. Toronto getting aggressive this time. The A site goes. Got to get down. He does get out with his life. It's going to be a 3-stack over here from Chicago. Now they back this up. Now Ghost, does he have the chance to get this down? He's going to try to. They're going to try to be aggressive this round. The nade's coming in, though. Got to be careful of that. Ghost just dancing around the bomb site. Now going to try to stick this plant. He's going to get taken off by Sholo. little bit of maybe a misstep there. Now Cookie J finds one. Show finds a second as well. Make it a 1v4 for Gems World. He dropped 54 in map number 4, but this might be even more impressive if he can pull this off.
They are running him down. They gave him absolutely no time to breathe there. Chicago Hunted move it to a map point that they find themselves on the attacking side, though. If they were able to win this here, it could be so big. Stop that reverse sweep from happening. You secure yourself into the championship. There's so much riding on this round.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, they have to do it from the attacking side. I feel like they've gained confidence in their attacks as this map has gone on. We'll see what the response is here. I do think that they...
You wait that out.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I mean, I like the aggression that they are applying this, and now this has allowed Toronto to kind of take over the safe site, and now Chicago already playing off the back foot. Do you find any kill with these nades? You do not. Just playing for info. Now Cookie J gonna try to move up. He gets taken down. Gems World finds one, but also a team kill. And now it's gonna be perfect. Looking for the kill. Anarchy with a big kill. It's a 1v3. All that's left is Nav. And if he can't find the kills, we are heading the distance. Looking for any players, just isolated, just playing away from their team. But Toronto not going to give him an inch. They know the power of this guy. They're all going to play their corners. They'll wait. They will wait till he plants. And now the information granted firing squad. Wow. We're going round 11.
Oh, it couldn't have gone any other way, folks. These teams are playing peak Call of Duty right now. And one mistake can cost you your series here. Round 11 now. The Toronto Falters and the Chicago Hunted squaring up to try and get into that final spot, that coveted championship on the line. And the Chicago Hunted find themselves on the defense.
Which I think after their last couple offenses, you'll take this. Nade's going out. Nav can't hit anything there. Who is going to be the first one to give up their life? As you know, both teams are not going to want any mistakes, but Ghost cannot find the kill on Show. That's a big kill, and he's going to be able to get out with his life. Advantage over to Chicago. That was a big kill there, and Ghost not having the best map number 5, and he is relying on his teammates now to bail him out, to save the perfect season after a big kill there by Sholo, up to 11-6, but Toronto, they are petrified. I mean, they are all in blue. They just need something. They just want one person to stick out. And now the play going over toward A, but Chicago should be ready for this. They got to check all their corners. Can they do a Sholo with another one on the perfect? But Anarchy gets one before he gets traded out. Down to Gems World. 1v3. He's taken down, and Chicago Hunted win the round 11 and move on to the championship. The reverse sweep is denied.
They shut the door in their face at the last second. Sholo absolutely calling game.